Prynawn da a croeso. Good afternoon and welcome to Match Day 13 and another Bluebirds Nest Live. We are coming to you from a very autumnal feeling Maes Tegid, the home of Bala town here in Gwynedd, North West Wales. Expecting it to be a lot worse weather-wise, to be honest, but it's just a bit cold up here at the moment rather than wet. Our past two games have both ended in success for the Bluebirds, with obviously a penalty shootout a week ago against Baglan Dragons in the second round of the JD Welsh Cup, followed up by Tuesday's excellent morale-boosting victory over Penabont in the JD Cymru Premier, the 3-2 win. After back-to-back home matches, we are here to take on a Maes Tegid team, Bala town. And Tony Pennock has made just the one change. Tyrese Owen returns after a one-game suspension, replacing Caden Williams-Lowe. We've got an idea what the formation is going to be, but we'll confirm once the game kicks off. The home side, Bala then, the Lakesiders, sit 4 points ahead of us in the table. They're on 17 points, having won 4, drawn 5 and lost 3 so far in the Cymru Premier. They're in 6th place in the table. They did start Bala the season very well, but following a run of 4 consecutive losses in all competitions across September, they seem to have somewhat recovered their form now in recent weeks, with wins over Colwyn Bay and Llandudno in the League and Cup, respectively, before just a few days ago they drew 1-1 with Connors Quay at the Essity Stadium over in Flintshire on Wednesday night. Full team news then for this afternoon, starting with the home side first. I think Liverpool have just scored, or Everton might have just scored, from the lady in the hospitality box next door to us. Anyway, team news first. Bala, Kellen Absalom in goal, former Bluebird. Captain Nathan Peat, Nathan Burke, George Newell, Osebi Abadaki, Ryan Rogers, Aaron Edwards, Paolo Mendes, Ross White, Kyle Harrison and Ollie Shannon. For the away team then, Zach Jones still in goal, Rhys Abruzzese, Ricky Watts, David Hawkins, Daniel Hawkins even, Mark Dalzay Crossdale, Harry John, Lee Jenkins, Tyrese Owen, Aidan McNamara, Jack Wilson and Luke Tabone. The bench for the Bluebirds, Ivan Knott, Ben Fawcett, Rio Dyer, Oscar Borg, Caden Williams-Lowe, Yori Humphreys and Jacob Owen. Referee this afternoon, Mr. Aaron Wynne-Jones, and his assistants, James Shields and Matthew Johnson. And the fourth official, responsible for the technical areas today, is Mr. Yolo Williams. Sitting next to me today in Bala is the Nest Live's lucky charm, I think. Last time joining me for the Nest Live for our 2-1 victory at Colwyn Bay last month. Long-time supporter of the club, Mr. Dan Salmon. How are you doing, Dan?
Hi, I'm good, thank you, Ryan.
Good man. With all this bad weather around the UK causing lots of game cancellations, we did wonder yesterday, didn't we, whether we'd actually be sat here this afternoon. But how was the journey up the West Wales coast?
Oh, do you know, it was fine. Usually especially up towards Aberystwyth and all, it can be a bit of a slog, but we made good time and we were here quite early today. So, yeah, not too bad.
Happy days. It's at the moment relatively low attendance, but as you can hear, the applause as the teams are entering the field. So we will be shortly underway. The Bluebirds playing in yellow, the away strip this afternoon, with yellow shirts, blue shorts, yellow socks, and Bala in their traditional white shirts, black shorts, black socks. The players lining up directly in front of us here in the main stand, well, the only real stand at Maes Tegid. Just going through the traditional pre-match handshakes, and we'll shortly be underway. But responses in the chat, it'd be great to have some communication from those of you listening in this afternoon. It's hopefully a win for the Bluebirds would be excellent. But what's your predictions for this afternoon? How's it going to go? Bala, no easy feat to get points up here. I'm sure we'll talk about past results up here during the course of the 90 minutes, Dan. But I've been here before?
Twice, yes. Once last season and once the season before. So, third time at the ground now.
It's almost a year to the day that we last did battle against one of Colin Caton's teams. They ran out 4-1 winners at the Oggy Bridge Meadow last year. infamous game. Obviously, we took an early lead that day. Elliot Scotcher put a great free kick in the top corner after about 5 or 6 minutes into that game. But then there was that, like I said, infamous Jack Wilson red card in quotation marks, which would later be rescinded shortly after. And it proved to be a long afternoon for Haverfordwest County that day. So hopefully a lot more positives to come out of this afternoon's game. Again, responses in the chat, please feel free to engage with us. We are hopefully not going to speak into the abyss all the afternoon. We've had some great engagement. The last time we did a Nest live, we were Cardiff Met, and it really made the game entertaining for those watching back at home, I think, with all the different opinions. Fellow clever casual Dan, Steph Thomas, is up here with you today. He's the first one in the chat. He's going for a 2-1 win to the Bluebirds. He's got driving duties, I believe, today, is he?
Yeah. He's a designated driver today.
Hopefully we're celebrating a victory then after the game in the bar. Right. Pre-match rituals are all undertaken. The referee seems to have tossed a coin. I think Bala are taking kick-off. They are playing towards the car park, the changing room end, for those of you that know Maes Tegid. Bala with kick-off, Bluebirds playing away. So in front of us, Bluebirds are playing from right to left. And I think, as I mentioned with the formation, I think it's what we predicted. Dan, it's Zach Jones in goal, a back four of Aidan McNamara at right back, Lee Jenkins, Luke Tabone central, and Rhys Abruzzese at left back. It looks to be Tyrese Owen and Ricky Watts holding midfielders with Harry John just in front of them. And then we've got Martel Taylor-Crossdale, the central striker, with Jack Wilson and Dan Hawkins to the left of him. Underway then, and already the ball in Zach Jones's comfortable possession. The ball went straight back to the Bala keeper, Kelland Absalom, as I mentioned, ex-Bluebird, who has got a fake kick on him, to be fair, and he didn't mess about. That ball went straight up the other end as soon as it went back to him. But Zach Jones, with a kick of his own, finds Martel Taylor-Crossdale. It's loose on the edge of the box. Martel picks it back up, sees Abruzzese on the left-hand side, cuts back inside, back to Martel. Ricky Watts is open next to him, but Martel plays a short pass to Tyrese. It's a chance. Dan Hawkins. Deflection.
Corner. Yeah, corner.
Corner. Abruzzese heading over, as we see it, to the top left corner of the pitch then. Justin joining us in the chat. Welcome to the chat, Justin. 2-1 win as well. Late winner. I don't think my nerves after Tuesday night can hold up with that done.
I think.
With the early corner. Oh, keeper comes for it. The keeper got the first contact, punched onto, I think, Jack Wilson, and it's gone up for a goal kick. Positive start, yeah?
Yeah, I thought you'd given a corner again then, but no, the lino was showing for a goal kick.
There's an impressive amount of blue sky above us, considering all those weather warnings. Like I said, it's not a bad day up here, a bit chilly. We're both wrapped up warm. You've been to the local sports shop. I didn't realise it was in Bala. Tell us about that one.
Yeah, so Spirit of 58, the Welsh football merchandise shop, is based up here. Tim Williams is the man who runs it. So been down and added another Leary beanie to my collection.
Across from Bala, dealt with by Luke Tabone and cleared well. It's now in their own half. They've played backwards. Bala in possession. Fast start, yeah.
Keepers.
Zach collects calmly. Bit of a wind here. That seemed to move a fair amount in the wind there. 2-0 Liverpool, is it? 2-0 Liverpool. It finished 2-0 Liverpool. Lady was rather loud in the hospitality box celebrating that late second goal, I think. Yeah?
Yes.
I think Martel is up against Nathan Peake, the Bala captain, this afternoon, and I think he came off second best in that aerial battle. Tristan Jenkins being called for from the dugout. I got to mention about Tristan. I watched back some of the footage that we captured in the week, Dan, about when Ricky had his head injury. He had a really nasty cut on his eyebrow line on Tuesday night against Penabont. And Tristan, to be fair, and Dr. Richard Thompson was immediately on the pitch and just grasped the situation, with their experience and obviously medical qualifications and things. They just dealt with the situation. Within minutes, he was back on the pitch. But fair play to them on that. What do you think of Ricky's performance in the week?
Oh, he was fantastic, wasn't he? Proper captain's performance, a real battler, a real warrior. I've got to say, I think from what I've seen so far this season, I think he's in for a good shout at our player of the season so far this year. I think he's been consistently solid every game he's played in, and we've missed him when he's not been available. So
yeah, agree. I think Tristan's done a good job of bandaging back up today. He does start. He has got the armband again, but yeah, it was a real captain's performance on Tuesday night. I spoke to him on Wednesday morning. I asked him how he was getting on, and he sent a picture through, and there was a cracking stitch line. He's lucky, really, that it's behind his eyebrow, and it's not really. I said, you're still as handsome as ever, and it's not going to affect his looks going forward. I'm sure Mrs. Watts will be delighted with that one. But yeah, his 350th appearance as well. So it was some night for him, and he picked up the Honey Home man of the match as well. Silas in the chat going for a 2-2 again. I think any points coming away from Bala. Not many teams come here and take the full 3 points. So anything this afternoon would be seen as a positive. But I do think we are in with a shout. We're on a bit of a positive momentous run now over the last 2 fixtures. Anyway, it's a good battle for possession already. There's some tall lads out on our pitch in front of us, Dan.
Yeah. Well, are you saying about the fixtures, the run we're on? I think if you take the Pontypridd game out of it, I'd say probably the last 5, the Cardiff Met game, the Aberystwyth game, and then Baglan, obviously we nicked a win there, and the Penabont game. The only odd one out there is that Ponty game. So last 5, really, we've looked a lot better with that one exception up in Pontypridd. But as we know, they're a tough side to play against, and they are our bogey team. So
they are. It's interesting. You look at the league, and Pontypridd beat us then, but then go on to have not so positive results in the following games. They lost to Barry in the week, where you probably say Ponty were the favourites for that game. Newtown are on a cracking run, positive results, winning. I think they'd won 8 on the bounce. They go to Cardiff Met and lose there, so it just shows the competitiveness and the strengths in teams throughout the league. There's no really whipping boys at the moment. Obviously Aber had a tough start, but are beginning to pick up points. They won here a fortnight ago. They came to Bala midweek and won 1-0, I think it was there. So it's dog eat dog really across the league. Just looking for a bit of sustained possession, and the ball's in the Bluebirds box. Newell. Off
the bar.
Later, I think it was Mendes has clipped the outside of the post, or the bar could have been there.
Yeah, upright, I think it might have even been.
Early chance for Bala out of nothing, really. I think Newell was holding the ball up. Instructions loudly coming from the Bluebirds dugout over there. First chance goes to Bala, and first major chance. I think we've got some international listeners this afternoon, Dan. I'm led to believe from Twitter. I think Roland and his foreign adventure is tuning in from abroad. I know.
From China.
That's not too bad. I know there's a couple down in Pembrokeshire who's mentioned. I'm going to give a shout out. It's my mother's birthday today, and I know she's listening from a I think it's Tenby House or one of the brewery pubs in Tenby. So happy birthday, Mum, if you're listening. It's also Pele's birthday today. I found out this week. Obviously, the first time he's no longer with us. Not a bad birthday to share with him, Mum. As Reece Abruzzi, he's fouled back in. Is he given a throw in or a free kick?
Free kick, I think.
Zach's coming across. Yeah, looking at the height-wise, Mendes, the centre midfielder, he's just as tall as Tyrese Owen. That's going to be a good battle between those two in the centre midfield today. It's Zach with a free kick, almost by the corner flag, defensive corner flag for us. He's he's aiming for Tyrese, and Mendes has certainly taken up a position to mark Tyrese. It's won
Straight
by
to
Mendes. Straight to Mendes, but it's gone out. Newell struggles to hold the possession up there. So it's Abruzzese with a throw in on the near side in front of us. It was a bit of atmosphere picking up there. Is that a drum I can hear?
It's either the drum or the stand, one or the other.
Jack Wilson over on the right-hand side. Back to Harry John with a chance to shoot. Oh. Wide. Good early attempt. Claiming for a foul, but to the right of the post.
I like seeing that. I like to see him have a few more pops at goal. I did say to him after the game at Penabont on Tuesday, I said we're looking for a Harry John goal this season. And he was unlucky up in Colwyn Bay with that effort off the crossbar.
Yeah, it's got to be coming soon. I think his brother Dan had a chance, and it would have been ironic if Dan had scored, considering it has perhaps a number of less appearances. But if Dan had managed to get on the score sheet before Harry, who's played a bit more. But yeah, nice early chance. And he had one in the week, didn't he, against Penabont? A nice half volley. The keeper caught it. I think it's well overdue. Referee has given a free kick against Ricky Watts there. I don't know, it was a bit of a 50-50 aerial challenge. Wattsy against Aaron Edwards, ex-TNS and Connors Key, now turning out for Bala. That's a very experienced member of the squad there. Several league titles and exploits in Europe and things, Aaron Edwards. So he'll be influential, I think, for them. I think I'm not quite sure who the Clear Thy Casuals Twitter account identified as the key man today, but I think that's who I'd been pointing my finger at, I think, for Bala. Cleared by Jenkins, the free kick to Mendes on the edge of the box. It's like a hot potato at the moment.
He's another danger man, Mendes.
Yeah, he's, again, for a big man, he's about 6'3", 6'4". He's got tricky feet, to be fair to him, as he breaks into the box. It's a save from Zach Jones. Overhead kick by Watsy, clears to the edge of the box. Back with Shannon. Cleared by Wilson. There's two hands in the back there. It should have been a free kick. Oh, Jenkins does well to come and command and clear 20-yard header out away from the box. I think last season, I would say I knew exactly who all the Bala players were, but they've had a real change across the summer. A number of players left. Obviously, Chris Venables went to Penabont. The keeper, as I believe, moved to Brighton, so isn't featuring. You know, the Wales Sea international goalkeeper, Alex Ramsey. He's gone down to the South English coast. I believe he's got a goalkeeping job down there. They lost, obviously, Dave Edwards, ex-Welsh international. So there's a number of new players in this Bala squad. Shannon is still here. Ollie Shannon, who's been here for a number of years as well. But 4 or 5 newbies. So it's interesting to see them play this afternoon for the first time.
I think last time we played up here, talking about newbies, I think we actually had Lewis Brass in goal when we played up here last season, because it was back in August.
That's right. Yes, it was one of his first games. It was Jack Wilson goal took the lead until late on, wasn't it? It was there was a half a chance. Watsy went to clear it and has been pushed as he's cleared it. He completely slices it up into the air, and Zach comes to collect. Ref waves play on. I think there could have been a foul there anyway. Rolled out to Luke Tabone. Does well to go up to Dan Hawkins. Ref plays on. There could have been a foul there as well. Ricky Watts as well to win back possession. Harry John on the ball. Through to Martel. It's just a little bit too far in front. Bala back in possession. Neither team really getting hold of this game yet.
You were talking about Jack Wilson's goal this time. Well, not this time last season, but last season in this fixture. And funnily enough, I think it was more or less a carbon copy of what he scored on Tuesday night. It was a long ball cross pitch from Henry Jones this time, or last time, I should say, onto Jack out on the right. And he cut in onto his left and finished in the near post then.
Do you know, it's funny. Yeah, you're spot on. It's a carbon copy of the goal he did in the week. Well, let's hope for another one today then. Again, I mentioned Kellen Absalom. The ball went back to the Bala Town goalkeeper. He took a touch and then just boomed it 60, 70 yards upfield. And Newell, I'm sure it's been spoken about in the Bala dressing room. Newell knew exactly what was going on, made a great run, as the lone striker. But Jenks and Tabone are going to have to be on their toes with him today. The ball is spending a lot of time up in the air at the moment. Still in play over on the far side. Harry John competing well. Yellow throw, so it's a Bluebirds throw right in front of the Haverfordwest dugout. Look like bus shelters, those two over there, don't they? The dugouts. McNamara with the throw then. Oh, Macca, as he's adopted the nickname in the change room. Macca, he's done really well since he's come in, I felt. I didn't know anything about him previously, but he's come in and done really well. Seems to be a bit of a utility player for us. Has done well in midfield.
Quite solid and
yeah. He put a great tackle in the week.
He's solid in a tackle, isn't he? That's what I've noticed so far.
Throw into Bala. I've noticed there's no balls around the edge as it goes out for a goal kick to the Bluebirds. There's no balls around the edge of the pitch. Now, I don't know whether that's a tactic from Bala not to get play quickly, but action back underway. But I was led to believe that it was a rule that the league teams had to have balls, on those dome cones, so that players were able to carry on quickly, more action, and less stoppages. But there's not one extra ball I can see other than the bag in the Bala dugout. I wonder whether that's a deliberate mistake, should we say. Zach with a goal kick then, well into the Bala half. It's cleared straight back up in the air. Abruzzese now manhandled, but play on. Abruzzese dribbling up on the left-hand side to Dan Hawkins as well. Turns inside to Harry John on the halfway line. Back to Hawkins.
Oh,
it was the right idea, but Abruzzese was
not quite on
right with it. Bala back in possession in the centre of the pitch. Back to their captain, Pete. Back to Absalom. Takes a touch, and boom. Almost reaches the Bluebirds penalty box. It's that big. Matt Al just caught coming back from an offside position there. It's a free kick. It's going to be Absalom's coming out of his penalty box then. About 8 yards inside his own half. Now, going from what he did in open play, I'd imagine this is going to be put on Zach's head. Yeah. Justin just mentioning that Bala, Jack Wilson does indeed love a goal at Maes Tegid. He had a winner here a couple of years ago as well in a 2-1 win. Zach Jones does excellently well to come and claim. Immediately as the ball lands, he does manage to collect it. It did bounce, but he bounced it back in his hand. He's gone through Jack Wilson, I think it is it?
Ricky, I think, is it? Yeah, Ricky.
On the boots, yeah. Zach came to collect. Fair height up in the air, and as he's sort of bumped into Ricky, Ricky's down, but he seems to be okay. Tristan's dealing with him. Certainly, perhaps the bandage has come loose. Quick water break for the boys. It's very quiet here. We're on just shy of the halfway line, opposite the Bluebirds dugout. But it's very quiet. I would say maximum 100 people here.
Well, there's 4 in the terrace behind the goal. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's probably about 7 or 8 on the far side, including our own Barry Vaughan and Kevin Aldane. And in the stand, you're probably not far off 100.
Yeah. A number of Bluebirds fans, again, travelling so well this season, to be fair. As well as Barry's dog, I think, when I saw it a pushchair earlier, has joined us on tour today. Barry Webb and his wife with a pushchair with the dog in it. I didn't see what breed of dog it was, mine, but team mascot perhaps. Right, we're back in the way. Ricky's back on the pitch. Zach rolled out or passed out to Luke DeBorn. It's back with Zach. Out over the far side to Lee Jenkins, who goes long. That's another good clearance. It's put them right under pressure. It's turned the full back, the left back, who does well to usher it out.
That's
Jack
gone
Wilson
out.
in hot pursuit. Goal kick to Bala.
That's the one thing with this pitch being a 3G, because it looks quite smooth as 3Gs go as well. Anything that's being knocked long, if it's bouncing, it's just carrying on.
Yeah, indeed. Afternoon, Rob. I'm assuming you're joining us from Wiltshire this afternoon. Looking forward to seeing you down at the Oggy Bridge Meadow on the 4th of November, I believe, for the next home game. Absalom's kick again. It well into the Bluebirds' half. Is headed backwards by Ricky Watts, and it just skids up nicely into Zach Jones's possession. Zach, I think, is complaining that the ball is a little bit soft there. Play continues. Ref's not having it. Zach rolls. Newell is just ironing up with the depression, but it is cleared. Just. And it's won by Pete at centre half. McNamara on the halfway line to Ricky Watts. Tabone does well to step in and pick up possession. Oh, it's just deflected. Tyrese almost had a chance there. Some good passing when the Bluebirds have had the ball and the possession. Commentators curse it. When they do get possession, it's some good work going on. Looking to play the ball today. Now then, Pete could have left that go out for a goal kick, but he's cleared it for a touchline. We're about 80 yards away from the corner flag on the left-hand side. Jack Wilson is trotting over. There's about 2 meters between the touchline and the barrier, so not a bad little run-up opportunity for him to catapult this in the box. It's quite a narrow pitch here, Mike Tegid. It's certainly reachable for Jack. There has been quite a bit of rain this morning here, so the pitch is wet, so the ball is slippery. So here it comes into the box. It's quite flat.
A bit flat.
Lee Jenkins with a header. I think it's claimed by the keeper. A lofty header up and into the safe possession of the keeper, who immediately goes long, looking for that Newell run. And Zach Jones comes clean.
Well defended by Ricky there as well.
Did well to suffocate Newell's run almost. And Zach looking to play early. He's down the right-hand side. McNamara is tackled just inside the Bala half.
That's the second ball being ushered past us in front of us now with the steward.
Afternoon, Roland. Croeso over in Foreign Shores. Whereabouts are you today, Roland? Okay, it's a free kick to Haverfordwest. About 40 yards out. Dan Hawkins and Rhys Abruzzese heading over towards the ball. Lee Jenkins, Luke Tabone and Macca. Aidan McNamara heading up for an attacking opportunity, hopefully. Rhys Abruzzese's come away. So it's going to be a Dan Hawkins right foot cross into the box. First contact is by a Bala player. It's going to come out for a throw in. Wilson running over this time, in line with the edge of the penalty box. Again, it's probably a better angle for him to get the ball in. They've won both first contacts from our attack. So straight away, here it comes into the box. It's a higher one. Again, Bala get first contact on the ball. And they're breaking. Lee Jenkins does really well to come back.
Great tackle.
Before they can get out there. He's done well there. Surprisingly quick off the mark, Jenks, to be fair. The big lad. Again, very autumnal afternoon here in Bala, Rob. It's not raining. There's a lot of blue sky, to be fair. It's not what we were expecting, considering all the weather warnings, but it's a bit chilly, but it's dry. Lee Jenkins with a superb clearance. It's like our potato again. It's up in the air, back and forth, back and forth. That midfield battle, Mendes and Tyrese Owen, it's an enjoyable one to watch. That 2 lads, 6'3", 6'4", competing well in the air against each other. I would say 70% of this game has been in that middle third of the pitch. Dan?
Or in the air. Yeah. Yeah, it's not. Other than that one Mendes chance early on, there's not been a huge amount of of clear-cut chances for either side as of yet.
Yeah, agreed. Just teasing each other out at the moment. Two boxers just jabbing early on in the game. Wilson with the throw on the halfway line then. Again, he gets so much distance with that flat throw he does. He's cleared. Tabone wins his header on the half. Ricky Watts being hugged by Shannon there. Foul goes against the Bluebirds. It's quickly taken. It's over on this near side. Abadaki, who scored Bala's goal against Connors Key in the week. He looks quick. He's got short, sharp feet, to be fair to him. He's quite a muscular-looking winger, Abadaki, there, number 12. He looks as if he is lightning quick. Abu says he's got him well under control for the moment, though.
That's
Harry John is, yeah, he is. He does well there. He makes the most of that, shall we say, a little bit. There was contact, but he needed to get something. He was under pressure then. There was two Bala players around Harry John and Abruzzese on this left-hand side then. No, he's coming away. Zach Jones is coming out. Good idea, that. Need a goal here. Settle us. Be great to take the lead in a game. Managed to do it on Tuesday night, obviously, but it's been a while. Abruzzese wins the second header. Tyrese manages to flick. It's Jack Wilson on the edge of the box to Harry John. Does well to play in Ricky Watts. Through ball to Tyrese. Out to Martel on the edge of the box. And it's blocked. Back to Ricky Watts. 35 yards from goal. Still got possession. Back to Luke Tabone. It's patient. Tabone through ball. Great through ball to Wilson. Out to Dan Hawkins on this left-hand side. Cuts back onto his right foot. Delivers. It's deep. There's nobody really there. It's going to
too deep.
Kick. Oh, he keeps it in.
No, Martel's kept it in.
He's giving it. So the ball looked to be going out for a goal kick. Martel kept it in, laid it back to McNamara. The pass was a bit shy.
That's a harsh yellow.
The yellow card in the refs. Aiden was just coming for the ball. The Bala player, I can't see who it is on the floor there now, just nicked in front of him. And the ref, very early on, he set the tone then. If that's a yellow, I don't think there was much in that. There was contact. It is a foul. I don't think it was a yellow. But Macca's on a yellow. Yeah, Rob mentioning this week's guest on the Bluebirds Nest podcast was Mr. Marcus Greenish. For those of you that haven't seen it yet, it was a good one. I thoroughly enjoyed doing it. Marcus and I have spoken for a long time about having him on, and he spoke about his 25-year association with the club. His knowledge was just incredible, to be fair. And particularly his emotion showed real in the last few minutes, and he almost celebrated at the end of the episode. It was heartwarming, to be fair. So yeah, the links are on social media. Marcus said he was working late today, so a chance for him to be tuning in, I think, this afternoon. Marcus, if you're there, welcome. Thank you for being such a great guest. Now, almost identical tackle there. Aiden stays on his feet. It's gone down. That's a yellow as well.
Yes. One of the things we always see week in, week out at this level is a lack of consistency sometimes, perhaps, in refereeing decisions. Yeah. But not much we can do about that.
No. And at the moment, not really much to commentate on.
No.
There's not much major action going on in front of us, but Luke Tabone was in possession.
Let it bounce
as well by Newell there.
Goal kick.
Goal kick? Yeah, goal kick. It's okay. Little bit of atmosphere picking up here slowly. But again, not many braving the cold this afternoon. Zach playing short to Lee Jenkins then, off the goal kick, and out to the marker. Breaking down the right-hand side.
Didn't know which way he was going today.
Yeah.
He's guesstimated that one.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, he looked to play the pass down the line. I think he clipped the floor, and the ref has said it's come off a Bala play, but I think he put it straight to touch there. Looking around the league this afternoon, then. There was a number of fixtures called off. Obviously, Aberystwyth were hosting Newtown last night, and the game was called off due to adverse weather conditions. I believe more so in the roads getting to the ground rather than obviously Aber with their all-weather pitch not making it. So that game was called off last night, and also Colwyn Bay, one of only obviously 3 grass pitches in the league. Ourselves, Caernarfon and Colwyn Bay with grass pitches. Colwyn Bay was called off yesterday, so Penabont haven't travelled there today. But Pontypridd hosting Connors Quay this afternoon. Score there is 1-0 to Connors Quay, and goes without saying really, a Connors Quay goal, Dan. Jordan Davis.
Yeah.
Caernarfon themselves in the 4th minute take the lead with a Sean Bradley goal. So there's 3 1-0s because the third one is TNS leading 1-0 with a Brad Young goal away at Barry this afternoon. So the only game without a goal is indeed our own.
So his name you mentioned there with Caernarfon, he's having some season as Sean Bradley.
Yeah, he's been impressive for a long spell, to be fair. The last 18 months, obviously, he did really well in that Wales C fixture against England as well. Dan Hawkins has just been fouled. Now, for me, that's a more indiscretion than the yellow card that we've got in front of the linesman. So, again, you talk about inconsistencies. Abra says he goes long. Jack Wilson on the edge of the box. A little bit too high. Straight into the arms of the keeper. Thank you for the comment, Rob, about Marcus's episode. Yeah, well worth a watch. He really did well. Bluebird's throw on the near side. Marcus is all-time Haverfordwest Dream Team from 25 years of following the club. Great interplay between Tyrese and Martel there. Out to Jack Wilson on the right-hand side. Cuts inside. A shot. Wide of the left-hand post. Another chance. Talking about cutting in on his left foot. Normally goes to the near post on those, but went to bend one in the far post. Keeper had it covered, to be fair. Didn't make a dive. And it's a goal kick to Bala. I'm trying to see the emoji that Roland has used in the chat for what country.
Oh, it's the Chinese flag.
So time-wise, I'm going to say they must be 10 hours on, maybe. I'd a guess. So it's probably a late night listen for Roland. So welcome.
Oh, that's a great touch.
Dan Hawkins into the box, cuts inside on his. Oh, it's deflected into the keeper. Big chance for Dan Hawkins there. Out of nothing, really.
What a touch that was to set himself on that run. Connors Quay have just gone 2-0 up against Pontypridd.
Some really good aerial battles today. Again, Tabone winning it so far against Aberdaki.
Callum Morris this time for Connors Quay.
Rhys Abrasesi and Aaron Edmonds clashed in the air there. He's just holding his brow. Seems to be okay. He's coming across to take the throw in, but a bit of a clash there. Tristan imminent. No, he's not. I thought Tristan might have been coming over to treat them, but he's not. Abu with the throw then, right in front of us on this near side. Again, Tyrese and Mendes. Oh, great touch by Tyrese. Manages to control it on his knee and turn it round the corner. Oh, one in the nose for Pete. Again, Tyrese, to be fair, great feet. Abrasesi skips past, but is tackled by Shannon. Ricky Watts coming across the cover. Aaron Edwards in the centre of the midfield. Out over on the far side to Burke. Great tackle by McNamara. Again, got to be brave there, but he's positive in his commitment to it. It's a free kick. Bluebirds. Ricky Watts with a diving header was pushed by Aberdaki. And we're safe again.
I think he's been clever to get that one.
Very clever. Your sigh on the microphone came through. You're like Darth Vader. Then, Dan. It was that pretty much sums up that spell of play there. Excellent interlinking play by many of the Bluebirds players, but then it results in a chance for Bala, or half a chance, should we say? Zach with the free kick then, coming down on the halfway line. Mendes again up to win that one. Zach comes to collect. Luke, good communication by the centre half, Luke Tabone and Zach there. Could have been a clearance, but Zach communicated well, ushering him to leave it. There's a goal coming down, I can feel it. We're going to take the lead here. Zach again rolls to kick from the floor. Newell looking to pressure him.
Roland says it's 10 o'clock out with him, early for a Saturday night. And Rob has pointed out, apparently Barry have started doing a similar to the Nest.
Have they now? The bandwagon. Now then, that is the worst tackle I've seen of the game so far. I'd like to think the ref's going to win the card for number 8. Nathan Burke over on the far left-hand side.
No, he's calling him over.
Tyrese showed great feet, pushed the ball away to get away from the player. Yeah, he's been called across. Surely that's got to be a yellow. It looks like it's going to be a talking to.
No.
Macker, I'm assuming then, must have done or said something perhaps after his tackle, because that is much worse than the one that picked up a yellow. But it's a free kick. It's Rhys Abruzzese over on the far side, about 10 yards away from the edge of the penalty box, near the touchline. He is just shy of 40 yards from goal. Dan Hawkins is nearby. There's a chance for a short one, but it's going to be an in-swinging left footer. Good height into the box.
That's a great ball. Oof.
Jenkins and Pete colliding at the back post, but it's gone straight out for a goal kick. Good chance there. Good height. Good delivery. Just needed that final connection that didn't quite come. 3-0 Connors Key. Unlike Pontypridd, to be fair, don't concede many, but for 30-odd minutes.
Ben Nash this time.
Ben Nash. Cleared by Absalom again, 70, 80 yards, but Bluebirds pick it up. Dan Hawkins to Martel, back to Ricky Watts. Out to overhit. This near touchline where Shannon has the ball in his hands for a throw, looking to spark an attack for Bala now then. Aaron Edwards, so experienced in the middle, just looking for that pocket of space. I'd imagine him to be really influential in the Bala dressing room in particular. Jenks just gets
soft.
Extremely soft. Newell, Newell, do you know who his dad is? It's Ollie Newell, I think this one, isn't it? George Newell, sorry. George Newell. His dad, Mike Newell, who played for Everton. Probably before his time. Was it? No, it wasn't Everton.
Oh.
I'm wrong. Blackburn, actually. I think.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure somebody will correct me in the chat. But yeah, Mike Newell's son up front plays very much like his dad as well. It's Burke with the free kick gun, in line with the edge of the penalty box. Harry John, a one-man wall. There's a bit of rhythm with the Bala supporters drum now. You can see the
taking their time.
They are indeed. The ref was just having a chat to Ricky Watts there. I don't know what's going on the far side, bit of pushing and shoving on the edge of the Bluebirds box.
Well,
Martel, very clever there from what I can see. Just standing in the way of the Bala attacker's run. Intelligent, to be fair, from what I saw.
2-0 Carnarvon, Sean Bradley again.
goals everywhere but here then.
Yeah.
Obviously, Gary Richards, Waggy, the assistant manager, is highly influential in both defensive and attacking set pieces with Haverfordwest, and I was very keen to voice his thoughts on the last one. I think there was encouragement and positive feedback, because they dealt with it okay there, I thought. Okay, Martel on the halfway line then, just back to goal at the moment, does well to hold up the play. As I said, that gives it away. And there's yellow card straight down.
Well, from here, it looked like he had the ball. He dived in, but it did look like he won the ball there. And he didn't seem to catch too much of the player either. So free kick maybe for a bit of a follow-through in the way he dived in, but I think a yellow might be harsh on that occasion. I'm not sure. I don't know if you agree on that one, but...
Yeah, he did well. He was coming back towards his own goal. He's gone to play a simple pass to Tyrese, which is intercepted. So has then reacted to follow the ball. I think probably for the height, he jumped into the tackle. It probably looked worse. It could have been a lot worse. The actual contact was minimum, but it looked a worse tackle than it probably was. But there's a free kick in between the penalty box and the halfway line. Martel and Maka now on a yellow. Lofted into the back post, dealt with by Tabone, head out for a corner.
Yeah, I think perhaps that was another one you'd label as a striker's challenge, perhaps.
Yeah, I definitely would. And I think James Devnell and the fourth official are in hot conversation over there, hot debate over there about that decision. I think purely for the height, though, Dan, the ref was very, very quick to get the yellow out of his pocket. I'm glad it was a yellow, but... Another overhit corner for Bala. It's gone right over to the far side, but it's delivered back in. Tabone with his left foot doesn't get too much distance on it. To the edge of the box. Abrosnesi does so well.
Well, that's a free kick.
The Bluebirds bench are irate to say the least. Abu got to the ball, the loose ball first. Was cut back inside, looked to break free and got caught by his opposing player. He seemed to want to stay on his feet, but because he went down a tad too late, I think the ref felt he was looking for it too much. I hope we don't concede here now, but Newell from the edge of the box. Strike against the Bluebirds player, back to Shannon, on the edge of the right-hand side box now then, Newell. Good block by Harry John, and it looks to be going out for a goal kick.
Yeah,
rolls out for a goal kick.
I think that was one of those the ref should have used a bit more common sense on, because on the break there was no reason for him to want to go down and hold that.
Yeah, completely. He's a very young ref. I can't say I've seen him. We certainly haven't had him this season. I'm all for them having the opportunity things, but they got to make those decisions, the correct ones. There's a lot of people now on both teams that bench. Well, Bala didn't perhaps bench not so much, but certainly from the Bluebirds who are a little bit dismayed with some of the decisions, particularly because we're on 2 bookings and not one for the home team yet. Good afternoon, Mr. Devine. The night shift went well. Goal kick, won by Pete. Back, Lee Jenkins, back into the Bala half. It is hot potato time in the air again. Watts, and it's out for Haverfordwest throw, just shy of the halfway line. Jack Wilson quickly on the ball. The fourth official told him to wait. No, what for? Frustration, yeah? Why did he tell him to wait? Why couldn't we have taken that quick? Pete with a head clearance off the throw-in. Ricky Watts and Harry John. Ricky breaks with the ball, out wide to Martel.
Never hit again.
The surface, I think, is playing havoc. It just skips off the surface. I think it's probably quite wet. And again, another ball goes too long. Martel couldn't get a touch on it.
It looks very smooth for a 3G as well, as if it's not been raked or I don't know what to sort of.
you ruffle it up a bit.
Yeah. You think compared to the facility down in Cardiff Met, that could almost pass as grass when you look at it. But you're looking at this one now, and you can see quite clearly that it's...
Again, there's some good defensive work going on by the Bluebirds. I say defensive, it's on the halfway line. But right, is he going in the pocket this time for Bala then? Because Lee Jenkins has been taken clean out in the air, has come down on his back with a thud. James Devnall again having a chat with the fourth official because it's one-way traffic with the cards. That how is that not a booking? A number of Bluebird supporters in the crowd yet, agreeing with our statements. Russell Keeble, who's travels far and wide. It's a free kick. Zach Jones inside the Bluebirds penalty box. Bala still yet to have a caution.
Yeah, it is a sort of one bit of consistency. Free kick, no. Free kick, no.
2 opportunities for a Bluebirds free kick there, not given. Bala come away with the ball. Feel a little bit hard done by you.
I think the one thing we can say is consistent is the inconsistency, really.
Throw in the Bala in line with the edge of the box. Shannon's got it. I don't think he's got an attacking long throw. No, he goes short to Mendes. Back to Shannon. Back to Mendes who crosses. 4 minutes of stoppage time to come. Another throw, quickly taken by Bala. It's out. It's out for a corner. Well blocked by Risa Brasesi. Out for a corner. Injury time. A lot of arms crossed in the Bluebirds dugout over there. I think the boys have put a good performance in, and things just haven't gone for us. And it's by no fault of our own, but still 0-0. Just over 3 minutes to play. It's going to be a Shannon right-footed cross into the box. Luke Taborn up highest and wins the header cleanly. Back on the halfway line for Bala. Out wide to Burke. Dan Hawkins as well, so hit the head. So again cleared by Luke Taborn. And John competed in the air well.
Talk.
Jack Wilson and Luke Taborn. A little bit of miscommunication there. Luke was just about to clear it, and Jack played a pass. And it's gone out for another corner. Oh, sorry.
Sounds like the 10 Bala Ultras have found their voice in the last 10 minutes.
10? Generous. We're just having a little spell here. It's back with Pete, just inside the Bluebirds half. Up to Kyle Harrison, fellow centre half. It's up into the Bluebirds box, headed clear by Luke Taborn again. Seems to be clear. Dan Hawkins as well. Knocks it up the line. Back with Pete, the captain. Back to Pete. Delivers. Jenkins. Good head by Jenkins. It's on the edge of the box. Newell. It's blocked. Ricky Watts does well. And Jack Wilson to clear. Martel holds the ball up. Harrison all over him there.
He's pushed off, yeah.
Aaron Edwards delivers. But again, Luke DeBone does well to clear. Well into the Bala half. And it's back with Shannon. First, looks up and knocks it 35 yards. How on earth? It's 1-0 to Bala. Newell on the stroke of half-time. Shannon picked up the ball, immediately looks up, sees that Newell run. George Newell at the back post managed to get possession of the ball and somehow beats Zach, I think, at his near post. You'll see a better angle of that on the Scorio footage, I'm sure. It was that side. In probably the 48th minute, Bala take the lead. Felt something like that might pop the bubble a little bit just before the half. There's a lot of frustration from the boys in yellow at the moment and in the dugout. Not what we deserved, I didn't feel. But that's what he does, to be fair. George Newell scored a lot of goals like that. Just that little switch off, but still very optimistic about the game. Ricky Watts back on possession, goes long, straight into Absalom's hands. Just going to kill the game on now. Caton, the first time he's been stood up for a long time in the Bala dugout, out, ushering his team to slow down, take your time. 2 hands, palms facing the floor. Absalom did indeed take his time. It's clear.
That long ball from Watsy, I think Tyrese could have been doing a little bit better to just get into the edge of the box there, because it was quite near to the edge of the 18-yard box, and keepers don't like coming out that far to claim.
They don't. And that's the half. Very sluggishly, both teams, to be fair, head for the dressing rooms. So that's 1-0 to the home side, Lakesiders. And we'll take a short break then, and we will return in about 15 minutes. Dan Devine, I'm completely the same mindset. This has got set up for an entertaining second half where we're going to come out of the traps. I think Tony Bannock will fire the boys up in the change room now, and some fireworks hopefully to kickstart this game for us. But yeah, we'll see you in 15. Prynawn da, croeso nôl I maes tegid. The players just coming back out onto the pitch here. Current score, Bala 1, Haverfordwest County 0. A George Newell goal in the 49th minute of the first half. It's given the home side a narrow lead. Lots of discussion during the half-time break up here in the North Wales about a couple of decisions in that first half that have left people scratching their heads. But again, we'll try and remain as professional as possible in our criticism and our conversation of the officials. But what do you think would have been said in the dressing room at half-time, Dan?
I think maybe just to try and keep the ball on the floor a bit more, because a lot of this game has been in the air, a lot of long balls, a lot of switching a play with Bala as well. I think the best bits of play we put together in that first half were all from when we were keeping it on the floor and stringing a couple of passes together. So,
yeah, agreed. We jump back on then to the live broadcast as the boys in yellow, the Bluebirds in yellow this afternoon, were coming to the pitch. No sign of the home team yet, but I'd imagine Tony Pennock has got his boys ready to go, firing up for the second half. Hopefully we can get an early goal and get straight back into this game. There was a couple of good chances in that first half for us. We had it gone in at 0-0, I would have said we'd been edging it on points, but the scoreline is against us at the moment. Doesn't look like to be any changes. I'd imagine we'd line up as we were in the first half. As I can hear the referee blowing the whistle. Must be said, Bala Town's hospitality since arriving here earlier this afternoon has been excellent. They've very much looked after the visitors. We've had free coffees, and I've just sampled their chips as well, which I must say were very nice too. Home team just coming out onto the pitch to do their brief warm-up before we get play back underway. What do you think, Dan? Can we turn this around?
I think we've got the ability to do it. We just need to find a way of trying to stop that Barry long ball, or maybe deal with it a bit better than we did towards the end of that first half, and just try and get that our passing game going to try and cut through them, because the few times we did, like I said, we managed to get through and fashion a half chance. So
yeah, definitely. I think Bala played on Wednesday night away at Connors Quay, so we've obviously had a 24-hour additional recovery period. And I mean, Edwards, he's still fit, but he's when we've got Harry John at 17 against Aaron Edwards, I'd like to think that Harry would have the legs on him later on in the game, so hopefully they tire. So yeah, I completely agree. Get the ball down, pass it around them, tire them out a bit more, and let's see if we can get the next goal. It'll be a crucial next goal, I would say. Martel just about to get us underway, and here we go. Back to Abruzzese, who goes long, and it's a header by Harrison into touch. It's going to be a Jack Wilson throw. Halfway between the penalty box and the halfway line. Again, a good angle. He's ushering his players into the box as the ball goes up his shirt to dry it off the surface water. Wilson with a flat throw. It's on target for the goal, but out for a goal kick. I think Martel managed to get a touch, but it's out for a goal kick. There's an increase in fans behind the goal this half-time. There's 5 behind the goal there now.
By 1. Increase of 1.
They did, like you said, their supporters did get a bit noisier at the end of that first half. Where they are, I don't know, because again, it's a very quiet and somber atmosphere here this afternoon. Luke de Bourne has headed everything that's gone near him today, to be fair. Head like that in the other side of the pitch. Oh, it's a headed chance for Bala, well wide. I think the Bluebirds are calling for offside. It didn't come. It's a goal kick. Zach Jones with the ball in his hands. The wind seems to have gone down. It's still very cold up here in Gwynedd. A bit of cloud, but not too bad weather-wise. Again, Bala hooking everything. Abadaki offside over on the far side of Bala as they were looking to
3-0 Carnarvon.
Plenty of goals, but just not you.
Barry doing well to hold TNS off to a 1-0. Might see another late comeback again.
McNamara does well there to just buy the foul from Rogers, I think it is it?
Yeah.
Again, another one. Ryan Rogers. It's the first time we've seen him. The left winger for Bala. McNamara just put his body in front of the ball and just gives right through the back of it. Zach with a free kick gun. Lots of movement up in the forward places. Harry John making a good move into space. But Zach opts for Martel as the target man. And again, Harrison heads clear for a throw, giving Jack Wilson another chance.
This is more Wilson territory here now.
Right in, just inside in line with the penalty box, I'd say. Harry John is coming short. Notice that Abruzzese is tightly marked on the edge of the box there. He certainly wasn't by Penabont in the week when that goal of the season contender flew into the top corner. Wilson into the box then. It's a foul against Lee Jenkins.
Cheap one again.
Very cheap, that. I think it was Nathan Burke who went up for the header and let's just dive to the floor after the contact of Lee Jenkins there. So Absalom with a free kick near the penalty spot in his own box. He's taking his time. There's going to be a lot of that, I think, down this second half. Immediately free kick for the Bluebirds. Abruzzese rolls it down. Not even sure what that was for. I think his arms were wrapped around Duke Tabone.
He has remembered there is another team on here then.
No. Abruzzese back to Tabone. Oh, very bravely over to Lee Jenkins and out to McNamara.
Well worked.
In the end, it was well worked. It was brave. Macca travelling, sees Ricky Watts making a forward run. Just manages to get tackled there before the crucial pass.
Oh, well in from Jags.
Newell has tried fouling Jenkins there, and he came off worse from it. Oh, get there. Jenkins and Newell again doing a battle. Newell is struggling there. Tabone breaking into the Bala half. Got to give earlier. Oh, he's dispossessed. Tyrese Owen, yeah, he's got to take the foul there. It's a tactical foul, and what a shock. It's the third Bluebirds player to pick up a card this afternoon. Luke Tabone did really well to travel 20 yards, was looking up, was a bit hesitant, and Abadaki managed to come in off the right wing and pinch the ball off him, turned, travelled 10 yards, and Tyrese has upended him. That probably was a yellow, I will say that, but it's a tactical foul just inside our half. Bluebirds playing left to right in the second half towards, well, I say towards the clubhouse. We couldn't find the clubhouse, Dan, could we?
No, I'm not even sure there is one, if I'm honest.
It's Burke, the right foot on the far side then. Into the Bluebirds box. Zach Jones. Clean catch yet again, does really well. And he's thrown the ball out. Jack Wilson into the Bala half. Is tackled well by Mendes. Ball's out for a throw. Right in front of us. In line with the dugout on the edge of the centre circle in the Bala half. Watts. Wilson to Watts. He's got lots of time to Tyrese Owen. Back out to Macca. Good body shape. Allows him to show the defender the wrong way. Macca's still got the ball travelling. He's to Martel. Tyrese Owen. I don't know whether that was... Oh, he's managed to go all out to Abruzzese. Drills in. It's a corner. Tyrese Owen, 30 yards out, managed to dink the ball over the right back. Found Abruzzese. It paid off, but I didn't think it was the right decision initially. I take it back, Tyrese. Dan Hawkins heading over then. It's going to be a right-footed in-swinging cross. Ricky Watts, the only one back for the Bluebirds. Jack Wilson on the edge. Nearly every other player inside the Bala penalty area. Hawkins in. Drops Harry John. A ball! Oh, no. And it's out for another corner. Harry John with a great strike from the edge of the box was blocked by a Bala defender. Sorry for shouting on the microphone there, Dan.
Yeah, I think we both did the same thing.
I'd like this.
Looked like that's a supporter's handball. I think it's one of those that's never given. But
let's be honest, commentators are supposed to be neutral, but we're not neutral commentators. Yeah. Jack Wilson, narrowly over the bar. An Abruzzese cross, well worked. Dan Hawkins played in Jack Wilson, who came in late from the right-hand side of the box, inside of the foot. Powerful placed shot. Has just managed to curl up and over the top left corner. It's very positive. I'd like to think this has come directly from that team talk at the break. Yeah, saying about neutral commentators, that's certainly not what we are on the Bluebirds Nest Live. We are well in the camp of Haverfordwest County. It's a Bala throw just inside our half this time, over on the far side. Ricky Watts does well to head clear. And it's hot potato time again.
And well,
Harry John, he's tackled. Zach Jones to come and collect. Nice and straightforward. Straight away. There's a different tempo. There's a different approach to this certainly in the second half. Dan. Jack Wilson over on the right. And it's exactly what you said, to be fair. The boys are going to look to play the ball a lot more in this half. I hate passes like that. That McNamara back to the keeper. It comes across his body. Luke Tabone inside the penalty box to Jenkins, who travels. Hopefully, he does well. Just body checks Ryan Rogers. Lee Jenkins still going. He gives it to Abruzzese. Jenks is continuing his forward run. Hallelujah. Abadaki, the first Bala player to pick up a yellow card for a foul on Reece Abruzzese.
The irony there is I actually think that was quite a soft yellow.
Hopefully the officials had a conversation at half-time to summarise and evaluate that first half performance, should we say. But a couple of supporters with the ironic claps. It's a deep cross, drops. Luke Tabone on the edge of the box is tackled. It's going to be clean. He's done well there, Bala. Playing out from the back from an attacking free kick. Ricky Watts now then.
All to nothing.
Yeah. Ricky Watts to Tyrese Owen on the halfway line. Lots more passing spells from the boys in yellow. Great ball, Abruzzese. Finds Jack Wilson on the back edge of the box. There's two around him. He's tackled well. But he does well to get ball back in possession. Out to Reece Abruzzese on the far left-hand side. He's a mishit.
Mishit that.
Abu did mishit that, but luckily, so have Bala.
Barry. Straight out.
Again, Watsy go bravely by Watsy. Cruyff turns. Luke Tabone again striding those long strides from the centre half. Watsy clips over to the back post, out to Martel over on the left hand side, just outside the box, cuts back inside, sees Tyrese Owen, marshalled by Mendes, out to Wilson on this near side, held up by Harrison, gets past him. Surely that was a free kick, and nothing is given, and the ball is in the keeper's hands. Jack seemed to skip past him then and was held up. I don't understand.
He seemed to take a bit of a stumble after that. Right in front of the lino as well.
Just in both lines are from Swansea and Cardiff today. Good travel for those two as Abadaki gets caught offside. a positive for us, Dan. I think every time they do get possession, they give it away cheaply or get an offside or misplace a pass. So
Yeah.
we're definitely on top in this second half so far. But we need a goal. As it's a ball back to Zach and out to Jenks over on this near side, right centre half to Maka over on right back position. Bala just holding off the press somewhat, letting the Bluebirds have possession of the ball for the time being. There, there's a wayward pass, nearly puts George Newell in for a second opportunity. But it's Bluebirds back in possession again. Jenkins again, looking for that long ball this time. It's a great ground pass to Martel, but that's got to be a blue throw. Yeah, the linesman, hallelujah.
Another great tackle by Maka there.
Yeah, the ricochet went in our favour there. Linesman, how was he giving it that way? Martel initially pulled the shirt of Harrison, the Bala centre half, but then Martel is thrown to the ground. It's a little bit of handbags, but immediately the linesman gives for Martel, which was the initial foul. But Harrison can't just throw him on the ground like that either. No conversation. And the ball is now being changed. That's an absolute free kick just inside the Bala half in front of us here. 5 yards off the touchline.
4-1 Carnarvon.
That one man on his drum. Beginning to get on my wick now, Dan. It's good intricate play by Bala over on the far right hand side, and it's gone out for a corner. Best little passage of play for the home team this second half so far. It's certainly taking their time about matters now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Apologies for that drum. He's certainly, I wouldn't mind it so much if he had any rhythm. Nothing like what Mason does down at the meadow, that Dan?
There's a few boys now that all get involved with the drum.
Yeah,
we got Yestin, a new one. Yeah.
The corner comes in, it's Pete who wins the first contact, and it's then given as a free kick to the Bluebirds. Let's talk about the casuals then. You're a rapid growth over the last few months, I suppose, now. The stickers. Zach has just given the ball away, and he manages. What a chance! He rolled the ball to McNamara, but Ryan Rogers read it, and one-on-one, as it is straight to Zach, who collects. Boys living dangerously for a second, yeah. Up the way, ref. That's a great through ball. Ryan Rogers in again, cuts inside. Great save, straight at Zach again. He's given a penalty.
Oh, no.
That's a terrible shout. Aaron Edwards knows exactly what he's doing.
And he's booked Zach for complaining now as well.
Disbelief at some of the decisions today. Aaron Edwards, I think it was Aaron Edwards, knew exactly what he was doing. And just stand still. I think it was Ricky. I don't even think Ricky is even looking at the player and just runs into him off the ball. Frustrating one, but if you want anyone in goal for things like this, it's Zach Jones. Well, saying that, Ivan could do just as good a job.
Sally, the assessor's report after this match will be an interesting bit of reading for someone at the FAW, I think.
Newell is on the ball. Zach dancing as he ever so does. I think he's given the verbals as well. Referee's whistle. Newell. It scored. Into the bottom right corner as we look at the goal. Zach went the right way, and I think it's just the power beat him. It's gone underneath his outstretched arm. 2-0. Substitution time for the Bluebirds. I believe that's Ben Fawcett, who's coming on for his 198th appearance for the club this afternoon. And I think it's going to be Harry John who's replaced.
Yeah.
Harry making his way before the board numbers have gone up anyway. Yeah. Number 9, Ben Fawcett on for 14, Harry John then. I'd imagine this move would mean Dan Hawkins maybe going back to the 10.
Potentially going 4-4-2 perhaps with Dan and Willie on each wing.
Yeah. We'll let you know once things transpire here. To be fair, Fawcett, who's been unwell recently, is not hanging about and getting stuck in straight to compete well with Pete, but the ball does ricochet out into the keeper's arms for Bala. So it's 2-0 here. Bit of an uphill task now, I feel, but it certainly seems to be a bit of a determination and grit. This ref is spoiling my Saturday, Dan, because that's another decision there I don't quite believe hasn't been given.
Yeah.
Throw in from the Bluebirds. Abu into Tyrese then, who tries to beat 2 men. Puts a through ball for Fawcett to chase, but Absalom out to collect.
It's running fast on this surface. Everyone that's in behind.
Yeah. Bala playing the game well at the moment, yeah.
You know, it seems to be something that I have noticed over the last couple of seasons, as we do struggle on these plastic pitches. More so than the grass, but the only grass we've got is our own, and Colin Bay and Carnarvon. But
it's a tricky one because obviously, 9 of our away games are on this surface, but I think because the boys don't train on surfaces like this, it's as if that makes the difference. But
yeah,
you can see why clubs do it, purely for the financial implications that they can have an income off it for junior football and things, and it just spoils the game. I'm not a fan of them, but I can understand why clubs install them.
Do you know what? I think we've gone to a back 3, I think Abu's at left wing back, and I think Jack's at right wing back.
Yes, you're right.
And Dan's in at number 10 with Fawcett and Martel up top.
Yeah. Just trying to wait to see what exactly. I think you are right though. So we got a back 3, Luke Tabone to the left, Jenks in the middle, and Aidan McNamara to the right centre back position, if you like. Abruzzese left wing back, Jack Wilson right wing back, Ricky Watts, Tyrese Holding, Dan Hawkins in the 10, and then Martel and Fawcett up front. Ricky Watts opted to go to the switch to the left then, but Jack Wilson he's got a lot of space now. I think Bala haven't really identified the formation change here. Clayton, again, he's only been up 2 or 3 times during the whole game. He's been very quiet. Ricky Watts does great to turn and keep possession for the boys then to force it. The 1-2 wasn't on then, wasn't ready for it.
That's some pressure on. We got men up there now.
Yeah. Tyrese and Mendes again going toe to toe here. The ref
that was soft.
Cannot wait.
So soft.
Oh, it's so hard sometimes.
So soft.
Not to criticise. Just thinking back to the penalty, the whistle went almost before contact was made. It was very quick to do it. Refs need to take their time with big decisions like that. Let things happen and transpire to see, what's going to come of it. But Jack Wilson down the right-hand side then, going one-on-one with Ryan Rogers. Back to Ricky Watts. It does well to turn, go back to McNamara. He's getting a lot of space on this right-hand side. Back to Zach Jones, who has to clear with his left foot. He's going to go for a throw-in. Frustrating few minutes here, Dan. Silas with the update. Barry have equalised against TNS.
Comebacks on. Well in there by Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky did well there to win back possession. He's back with Zach Jones now. He seems to be under the cosh a little bit more now. How is that not a foul? He's been grabbed
He's
from the
pulled
neck.
Martel down.
Lee Jenkins with a clearance.
And Tyrese with a swing and a miss.
Yeah, but he's got back in control of it. Over to Abruzzese.
Well, that's a foul.
Now, ref, if
He's
that's
gone in
not a
with-
yellow,
Well, he's gone in with 2 feet there. Nothing. Oh, TNS have instantly got one back.
typical. Right, we've got to put this possession into some sort of attack here at the moment. Great. Ball seems to be camped in our own half at the moment. Jenkins, he's going to look long, I think. Yeah, goes long. It's not a bad knock up to Reece Abruzzese. Good flick on. Ben Fawcett. Had he gambled, he would have been offside.
Oh, yeah.
Ricky Watts again with another great defensive header. Dan Hawkins.
Quick that Abadaki.
Yeah.
Good tackle.
Dan Hawkins. Keeps the ball in play too. Abruzzese striding into the home team's half of the pitch.
Acres of space.
Side. Come on, boys. Cross. Oh, it's cut out by Pete at the near post. Abruzzese does well to show a dummy back to Ricky Watts. Ricky Watts is trying a bit of a spectacular there. It comes off really well, to be fair.
Oh, he's missed it. Oh, he still got it.
Wilson into the box. Straight. Saved.
5-1 Carnarvon.
And that's against Cardiff Met.
Cardiff Met. Another team who don't concede many goals.
Yeah, it's interesting. And obviously, off the back of beating Newtown, you'd expect them to have their tails up. But again, Absalom clears and Luke de Bourne deals with it. He's certainly been prepped with the tactic of what Absalom manages to do. It's forced it now. There's 3 players around him, and thankfully the ref puts his arm up in the air to give a free kick. But what a shock!
No card.
Caden Williams-Lowe being sent out for a warm-up run over on the far side to join Rio Dyer, Yori Humphreys and Jacob Owen. Yori's returning. I don't think it'll be Yori who comes on next. I think Tony would look to go with a more attacking threat. Probably Rio. Fancy Rio Dyer to come on fresh legs.
Yeah, perhaps. Maybe for Jack. I know Jack quite often does come off around the 70, 75 minute mark, doesn't he?
Jack's been carrying a knock for a number of weeks now, and he wasn't really set to play as many minutes as he can. But Dan Hawkins with the free kick then. Round the back. Kick. I still can't quite fathom how we're 2-0 down here.
Or how we're on 4 yellows and Bala are on 1.
Yeah. Bala going to be making their first change of the afternoon. Again, it's the left winger Ryan Rogers going off, and it's Kieran Smith, who previous club captain for Bala, long-time player at the club here. Very energetic, got a fair engine on him, so he's certainly going to add to their attack, but also their defence, I'd say, to deal with what looks like to be a bit of an overload in the middle of the park there. Yeah, it does come on in a central role. Absalom with the goal kick there. The Bala bench appeal. Bala bench appeal, and they get a free kick. We're just hearing the sad news that Sir Bobby Charlton has passed away at age 86, Dan? 86.
Yes.
Manchester United and England legend sadly passed away this afternoon. So it's a Bala free kick over on the far right hand side. It's Shannon over the ball. It's a low one, cleared in the initially by Fawcett. But it's back, hovering on the edge of the box here. Nobody really wanted it. Abu does want it. And it's jostled, should we say. The linesman's got his flag up. Free kick to Haverfordwest. Abu says he pushes this opponent away. He's got a foot on him, but he's punching him above his weight there, Abu, to be fair to him. The quick free kick hits Martel's chest and bounces out for a Bala throw. This has been a frustrating 15, 20 minutes here now.
Yeah, it's getting scrappy now, isn't it?
18 minutes of normal time to play. There's still plenty of time. If we can get a goal soon, I feel momentum would shift. But we still wait to get on the score sheet this afternoon. Hawkins and Abruzzese with a 1-2 over on the far left-hand side. He's given away, and Pete again just clears it. It's very much route one from Bala. But Haverfordwest break.
That's Alston Wells, keep hold of that. Oh.
So again, it's just cheaply given away, probably, you could say there. Mendes now one-on-one with Tyrese Owen. Again, it's a 30-40 yard knock up in the air for Bala.
To no one.
And it's dealt with well by Luke Tavon. Having another good performance this afternoon. Back to Zach Jones. Again, I mentioned Smith, who's full of energy, chases him down.
Shocker. I think Willie's reaction there summed that up.
Bala's bench appeals. The ref gives the free kick. I don't think he had any intention of giving that then.
That's one thing I find that we do lack in a little bit. That a lot of other teams, players, benches, they appeal a lot for free kicks for things in games. I know we saw in the Connors Key game at home with Martel sending off. The Connors Key players got around him. And I think sometimes it's a bit of a funny phrase to use, but I think sometimes we do find ourselves being guilty of being too nice.
100%. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. It's a goal kick, a long clearance by Bala, goes straight out for a goal kick. Zach Jones has ushered his centre halves wide. There's a lot of space then up on this near side to us with the. To be fair to the ref, he's given a light one against us now, but Mendes kicks the ball away. Ref's not interested in that one though. Jenkins, ball down, play. Ricky Watts across the 18-yard box. Plays a dink pass. Up and over Newell's head and a straight for a throw. I think McNamara was quite on the same wavelength there. Two substitutes incoming. Caden Williams-Lowe and Rio Dyer are on the touchline. And it's going to be number 18, Tyrese Owen, who quickly makes a 10-yard trot towards us for Caden. And Rio Dyer is going to be replacing, once the board goes up, I'm going to guess with Jack Wilson. Yeah, it is Jack Wilson, who departs. So I'd imagine a straight swap, Rio Dyer over onto this right wing-back slot. And I'd imagine now, Dan, Caden goes in at the right-back area, potentially even centre-back. Oh no, it looks like Abruzzese might have gone back to left-back and McNamara.
I'll say what McNamara, and it looks like he stepped into midfield now.
Yeah, once play comes a bit more open, we'll be able to see that perhaps. All players in the bottom right quarter of the Bluebirds pitch at the moment for the throw-in, but two hands in the back, but nothing given. They just come away with the ball, don't they? It's going to be a goal kick, so we should have a better idea now then as we line up. So, Caden came on.
Well, Dan looks like he's come over to the right. Rio almost looks central.
It's a free kick.
Abu still looks quite high up on that.
It does, yeah. So I'm thinking, I thought we might have gone for the back, but no, it's still 3. I think I'm going to give up commentating on the officials at the moment because enough said. Boys are still playing it out the back, still playing the Pennock way. Just looking for an opening. Jenkins does go big, up and over the left fullback. Dan Hawkins does try to win the ball, but it bounces out. No, it's still in. It's still in.
Caden's lost that there.
That's unlucky there, to be fair. Unlucky. His body's
Well
momentum.
from Rio.
It's a great through ball, but Abu's read that well. Abu says in the centre circle. Back to Jenkins. Out to Caden Williams-Lowe on the halfway line. Travels through. For Martel. Isn't quite right. Forsey's going to have to chase down the keeper for him to pick it up. Updates on the scores then. So obviously it's 2-0 here to the home team. Pontypridd 3-0 down at home to the Nomads. Caernarfon 5-1 up at home to Met. And TNS with 15 minutes of play are 3-1 up at Barry Town United. The boys in yellow coming straight back at the Bala defence. Abruzzese travelling into the box.
And crowded out. Oh, he could have gone down there.
Done well there. Forsey picks up possession. Out to McNamara, 30 yards out. Almost. He does line one up. The chance had gone, and then he tried to recover, and he wasn't quite set for the strike. Possibly should have been a little bit more patient there. And Absalom takes his time. If I wasn't on microphone, I think I'd be screaming at the ref to tell him to hurry up. Even the drum has run out of beats over on the far side there. The linesman keeps his flag down. It's Leo Smith into the box. Sits Luke Tabone down. It's a great save by Zach Jones. Excellent save down to Zach's left. That was going in. Out of nothing yet again. Bala almost extend their lead. And now the ball's back in Zach's arms for a corner.
Well, from here, that looked like it ran along the goal line.
It did, but the linesman couldn't wait to put his flag up over on the far side there. No doubt he's got a far better view than us. So we'll go with Mr. Shields over on the far side there. 79 minutes played, 11 to play of normal time. We've been 2-0 down on the Nest Live before, Dan. And Ricky Watts came up trumps and we equalised. Both goals coming after the 90. So I'm not giving up the hope just yet. Ben Fawcett manages to clear to Rio Dyer. Bala just picking up the second balls at the moment now. It does go out for our throw over on the far side, but they're just grinding this game out to a halt now, and they're using their experience, I'd say, a much older average age of a team, which is always the case with us. A very young squad, we know, but they're just, I wouldn't say dark arts quite yet, but they are killing this game off. The long ball is going to go all the way out for a goal kick to Bala. No, it's a throw-in. It's a throw-in, okay. That was a rugby kick. That would be a perfect 5-yard line out now. McNamara from the centre circle tried to play in Rio Dyer down the right-hand side, and it was too long, but it's gone out for a throw-in. Again, this is the type of thing, Dan. They're just taking the time to do everything now. Ball is back in play. One by Caden. One by Jenkins. It up. Oh, you have to head that clear. Pete, the captain, had to clear that. And now Bala break. It's Smith. Just buys the free kick.
Yeah.
Ever so quick to blow his whistle yet again. As a very quiet spell comes over Maes Tegid. I didn't expect this weather this afternoon, Dan. Yeah, I knew it'd be cold, but I thought it would be pouring throughout.
Well, yeah, it did look as if it was coming to rain a bit earlier. We me and Steph went down for a bit of a wonder to tin tag it, but starts to come to rain then. But no, it seems to dried up a bit since.
The free kick from Bala was caught by Zach, pumped long for Ben Fawcett. It hit Forsey on his back, and in doing so, I think to halt himself almost, Ben used the defender to stop, and the ref blows for a Bala free kick. And now he's just kicked the ball away again, and there's no interest from any official to discipline him for it over on the far side there. Frustrating afternoon at the moment.
Yeah.
And again, Newell on the ball over on the far side. Does kick it out for a throw-in. And Caden, he tried his best to kick the ball away from Dan Hawkins then. He probably would have taken a yellow himself there to stop the counter-attack. But his players have won the ball back for him anyway. Ricky Watts out to Caden on this near side. In his sparkly pink boots, is travelling down the touchline. Plays a 1-2 with Dan Hawkins, who goes back to Jenkins. Better to Matt. He lost
can't quite get a foot on it.
And it's 2v2 at the back for the Bluebirds. Jenkins and Watts do well. Aaron Edwards out to Shannon, who cuts inside. Again, Ricky Watts does well to pick up possession. It goes long. We need him to miss that. No, Harrison Head's clear. And again, all they're interested in is killing time, yeah? This is frustrating, but we're still in it. Again, it's Dan Hawkins looking to get on the ball with 7 minutes of normal time still to play. We can't seem to get into that final quarter, final third with them, Dan. It's a lot of possession for us, but in our own half. Having said that, Ben Fawcett has possession in the box. Back to Reece Abruzzese. Can we get something? Great drag back. The edge of the box. McNamara cuts inside. Free kick.
That's a free kick.
Free kick. Not 2 yards outside the box. This is certainly a chance. Abu is straight up, as is Martel. I think it's too close for Abu, but it is going to be an Abu free kick, I believe. It's to the left of the D, in line with the goalpost. The keeper is commanding his wall, getting position early. Big moment in the game this, Dan.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see now who takes this, because it's sort of in a position more that favours the right footer.
Yeah, Martel is over the ball now as well. I fancy Martel to aim for the near post with this one, a right footer, but both with hands on hips. It's going to be Martel. Straight over the bar.
Straight over.
It didn't look quite right from the off there. As Bala make their third substitution. It's Aaron Edwards going off for number 14, Josh Ukek. Again, not in any rush to go off. Old head, Aaron Edwards. Again, a new name for me, that one. Whether he's a youngster from Bala or away, I'm not quite sure. Absalom's goal kick then, well into the Bluebirds half. Dan Hawkins gets hold of it.
Oh, Forsey unlucky there.
He's kicked the corner.
Well, that's a new one. He's just kicked. Yeah. That's a new one. He went
to clear the ball by the corner flag and kicked the corner flag. Oh, ref, you can't do that. Lee Jenkins was breaking well into the Bala half. That's incredible.
For context on what's happened here is that the Bala player has kicked the corner flag out of its socket while defending, and the ref has allowed the Bala players to get the ball clear, but has then stopped the game as we were back in possession looking to advance on the goal. I'm not entirely sure what the rule book says on that, but it didn't seem to be. I mean, I would personally say if the referees noticed that the corner flags come out, that would be a dead ball straight away, not 2-3 minutes after it's come out.
Yeah. It's now looks like it's going to be a drop ball just inside the Bala half near the edge of the centre circle. Yeah, that's what it will be. McNamara's over it. Mendes can't wait to pounce. Oh, not the best of pass from Maka out to Ricky Watts. And Abu, yeah, it's a hospital one. Abu's tackled immediately. Yeah, I can see. Oh,
he's won the ball cleanly there.
Maka punished for a. I don't
Clean
think there
tackle.
is anything wrong with that. Like you say, referees' observers report would be an interesting one, but try not to criticise them as much as we can. But
thinking about that corner flag incident, I wonder if it would come under the same jurisdiction as what happens when the ball pops. Because when you get a flat ball, it's supposed to be an instant dead ball.
Yeah, comfortable catch from Zach Jones in the box. Again, Absalom just looking to kill some time there. Minutes left here. Let's discuss man of the match. Dan, who do you think's been the standout for us today?
It's been a tough one to call. I think Ricky's played well. I think the two centre-backs have played well. I might lean on my other casuals here to help me on the decision. Steph, who are you going for? Saying all three doesn't help me here, Steph. Saying all three doesn't help me here, Steph.
Oh, Dan's done well there.
Ricky. Russell, what are we saying? We're on the man of the match. Ricky, all right, Ricky it is.
Okay, you going with Ricky?
On by the popular vote.
He hasn't done too much wrong, to be fair to him. He's been, what I would say is he set the bar. He's hit that bar today. Luke, I think, has done well at the back. He's the only other one who I'd add to your list. But yeah, potentially Ricky with another man of the match performance from you guys then. I thought you were going to go with your sponsored player because was it just this week the casuals announced that you were Zach Jones' sponsor for the season? I'm sure.
Yes. So
Zach, really pleased with that. How did that come about then, Dan? What made you pick Zach?
Well, Phil, it was to start with, suggested we sponsor a player. Admittedly, the first choice, just because he's been a player that's been on form and a local lad, was Ricky. But we found Ricky was sponsored, and then we held another vote amongst ourselves, including on the Twitter page. And Zach came out on top at 64% over Lee Jenkins. Those are the two we were looking at. So
excellent.
And I suppose after his heroics in the summer as well, it's we could not get involved there.
Yeah.
In amongst all of that nonsense with the corner flag, we appear to have missed 3 TNS goals. They are now 6-1 up down at Barry.
Wow. They can certainly turn it on, as we saw all too well when we went up there that last 20 minutes. They can really turn it on, to be fair. Robble involved? Probably.
He had one of them, yeah.
Things are just getting a little bit livelier here with the... Zach as well.
Yeah, well Zach.
There's a real throw in the kitchen sink at it approach at the moment. Luke DeBona spent most of the time in an attacking position rather than defensively. It's just too little too late, I feel, at the moment. It's all going Bala's way. McNamara gives away a free kick. That was probably more worthy of a yellow card than the one in the first half, in almost identical position on the pitch. Frustrating afternoon, but almost at a close. It's still 2-0. We got to Newtown next for the next Nest Live, up to our return to Latham Park, obviously the scene of our playoff final victory. Chris Hughes is Newtown, who have started the season very well. Obviously, they came down to us at the start of September and gave us a bit of a lesson that day, to be fair. A 4-0 win for the away side that day. So it's all eyes on Mid Wales. After this game comes to the conclusion here shortly. And yeah, as I mentioned, we'll be back for another live broadcast, audio commentary up in Newtown. Plenty of Nest podcast episodes still to come before then, though. We're recording another one this week that'll go out. It'll premiere on the 27th of October. So keep an eye out on socials for the announcement of who is joining me this week on the Bluebird's Nest. And again, I know we mentioned it earlier, but Marcus Greenish was my guest this past week. It was an excellent walk down memory lane with Marcus, who's been a long-time supporter, 25 years of supporting the Bluebirds, both Pembrokeshire Bluebirds and the Cardiff ones. And we even had a chat about Barrytown, his other beloved club, Barrytown United. What I didn't like to ask him was which club he supports when they play each other, Dan, but I didn't like to know what his response would have been. But no, it was a great chat to Marcus, and one that's gone well with many people.
It's a tough act to follow for your next guest.
I've approached the person, should we say, and they're well aware of that. The board hasn't gone up yet, but Bala just pumping it long, killing the game off. Caton's putting his jacket on already. I think he sees the afternoon as done and dusted, but Zach clears.
No, we are actually, according to, I was going to say, we are actually in the 3rd minute of added time, apparently.
I missed the ball.
I didn't see the ball. I don't think it was an announcement either.
There wasn't a Tannoy announcement, so we'll blame him for that one. But that's brought the close to this afternoon's play then. Unfortunately, on the wrong side of a 2-0 loss this afternoon. Thank you, Dan, to you for joining us, and for Steph for travelling up, and a number of other Bluebirds fans who've come up and supported the boys today. Safe travels back to you guys, and I'm sure we'll see you again for a Nest Live. It's been great having everyone chatting in the YouTube online live chat, so thank you to everyone who's engaged with us and keeping us both company as the game unfolded. The players and staff shaking hands in front of us before heading in for, I'm sure, a bit of a debrief on that, how that game ended up this afternoon. But it's ended, Bala 2, Haverfordwest 0. Bluebirds Nest Live, we'll see you in a week. Over and out.